So, basic guide for new distributors. Important factors that if you want to build a successful, clean, easy business. And the most important factor, if you're new or for your new person, is to decide what it is that you want from the business. What do you want income-wise? How much do you want to earn on a weekly basis? How much time do you have to commit to achieve that? Do you want to build a team? Do you just want to retail? We recommend they make a plan, preparation, tracking, action, but most importantly, keep in constant contact with the person who introduced you to the business, because they're here to teach you the simple system. And this is how you're going to learn the system. So here is the system for success, and we use the hand. Nice and easy. Number 1 is goals. 2, personal development, especially if you want to grow a larger income. And that is basically reading books, listening to CDs, more YouTube trainings, people like Jim Rohn, etc. Retail, sponsor, and teach people to retail and sponsor. That is the simple system. And we have got it all online for you at www.makemoneyonfb.com. Just in the members area, every single step of that system will be there for your team. Your job, or your new person's job, is to learn the system. This is the most important step to a successful, clean, easy business, and their willingness to learn will determine the level of success. So their job is to learn the simple system, and your job is to teach them the simple system. Communicate upline. It's an established fact that the successful distributors who regularly contact their upline or successful upline are far more successful than those that don't. And nowadays there's absolutely no excuse. I've only listed some of the communications there. My granddaughter, who's 8, saw this training and she says, "Grandma, you forgot about BB Messenger, you forgot about WhatsApp, and you forgot about Snapchat." And she started to list what I hadn't done in my communication things. So there's no excuse. It doesn't have to be hours of conversation. Just quick, how you getting on? Did you manage to do that? How did you get on with your books? How did you get on with your posting? And just keeping that regular communication with the person when you bring them in, or if you're the new person, keep in constant contact with the person who introduced you. So the different ways that you learn the system is by speaking to your sponsor on a daily basis. We also have Facebook groups. Mine is called Lynn McDonald's Rhino Group, and you'll be in it, hopefully. And on there we share these trainings, other trainings, tips, recognition. If you want to ask advice there, just ask and you'll get help at any time. And there's also the Clean Easy online sales and tips, and the Clean Easy also have the Clean Easy head office have a group as well, which the name escapes me at the moment. Somebody will probably jot it down for me. Attending your weekly webinars like these, so I'm speaking to the converted. Andrew Bothwell also has one, normally around about once a month. Get yourself on his mailing list and go into the archives. There's some brilliant trainings on there, and I think it's just teamwebinar.tricouk.com. Attending the monthly System for Success or other trainings in your area, whatever it may be. The system is pretty generic. All systems have goal setting, personal development, retail, sponsor, teach. All of them. It's generic. So it doesn't matter if it's a 10-step in London or a System for Success in Scotland. Just attend as many meetings and trainings. It could be Bob Webb's Fast Forward meeting or the Millionaires trainings that are up and down the country. And the Birmingham seminars. It's basically by studying the system, you will grow a huge business. The more you learn, the more you learn. But most importantly, you learn by taking action. All the education in the world, you will stunt your growth if you don't do the action. So if you can imagine the kid at school who never writes the words, who never says the alphabet, who just learns it, reads it, watches the videos. You have to take that action to make it all come together. And it's better a poor plan started today than a perfect plan started, procrastinated tomorrow, the next day, mañana. So the retail, and we're going to be covering again a little bit of the retail tonight. Decide how you're going to retail the products. Building a strong customer base door to door with the catalogues, you may have purchased 250 books or 50 books on the cheaper kit, or you may have decided to get the online kit and build a strong online customer base, or you may have decided to do both. I will say that most people do decide to do both. If you start with 250 books, your sponsor will help you with a retail plan. While you're waiting on your catalogues, it makes sense to me to get your face or group up and running. And again, on the webpage www.makemoneyonfb.com, in the members area, there's a training there on how to get started selling on Facebook, how to get started on Facebook and how to get started selling. It doesn't take long to get your Facebook group up and running. Just watch the short video, and we generally find that you get away with sales from friends and family in the initial stages. So make sure that you add in all your friends and families, get the group built and add in all your friends and families. So please watch these videos. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop a little video on that I actually recorded about the posting and how we actually sell and move our products. Also, new people sometimes think it takes longer than it actually does, and it's more complicated than what it actually is. So this is just a little 15-minute video. Good morning. I thought I would just do a very short video to show you the steps I go through each morning to post products in my online shop and to start to put my adverts in the buying and selling pages. This is just going to be a rough guide to how I work it. Now, if you've watched the other videos, the other day I had a theme going for Valentine's Day. That's not Valentine's Day, but we had a lot of Valentine's Day products. They all swap around with people liking them. Here we go, Valentine's Day. So today I've decided that I'm going to choose products for the men for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to go to, let's start in gifts. That Paris movie that you see there, I had been looking at the home page and somebody had put a picture of their bedroom that they had just decorated, and the wallpaper was identical to the bedspread. So I sent her a wee message saying I would do a cover that would match that, and in a photograph. So I think we'll get a sale there. So we're looking for gifts for men. But now I know that this is only for married men, but I think the wives will like this. It's funny, it's amusing. So I'm going to see if these are in stock. Oh, I've logged in before now, but I forgot. My mouse keeps freezing, which is very, very, very annoying. We want to see this in stock. And we pop the code in.
and there's plenty of them. So we'll save a wee picture. And keeping product codes for easy reference. So if somebody wants to buy them, I just need to open the picture and the code's there. Don't have to search through everything for it. Nice and easy. Okay, and now what we want to do is go to PicMonkey. A wee manly edge on them, blue colour. Black's a bit boring, makes it, doesn't really make it stand out much. Let's try blue. With some black. And just save it and override. Place the original one so there's not any accidents. And now what I'm going to do next is post this in my group. Always do start discussion. Actually, sorry. It doesn't have to be War and Peace. And you're only having to do it once, because what we're going to do is copy the text for pasting. Don't want to post it as a sale. And there's product number 1. Now you can go and put your 4 products on, but what I do is I put product number 1 on 10 or 15. As I forgot to copy the text, which I normally do at the time. So let's go back. These things are sent to try. It's just when you're recording it. But you're going to do things like that, so I suppose that's realistic. There we go. Pop, up you go. Good. Next one. And that one's been submitted and is pending approval by admin. Now what I do with ones like that is I check by searching my name up here to make sure that they are being approved. If you're only posting a few, you'll notice the approvals or recognise the approvals as they come through. But if you're posting a lot, you can lose track. So I just do a quick search, because if they're not posting your products, just delete the group. No point in wasting your time. You'll notice the group that you're in is in black, bold should I say, so you don't lose track of where you are if you have to go away to your desk or wherever you're doing it, your phone, your laptop on your knee. Can get quite addictive. Sometimes I say I'm only going to post a few and end up just keep going. I'll just do another one, I'll just do another one, I'll just do another one. Now down the left hand side I've got my favourites, which are local ones. For the selling side of the business, I do go all over, but I start locally, just psychologically, people who are local. Maybe more likely to respond to you. I've sold, as I've said before, in previous trainings, 10 bird nest boxes up in Aberdeen. Did I post that one? Yep. See how bad my memory is? You hopefully won't be battling things like a dreadful memory, and perhaps won't make a catalogue errors. But you probably don't chat away to the computer as you're doing it, which strangely enough I'm getting very used to doing. Oops. If you post it as a sale, then people have to be looking to actually buy some things. Sometimes people go in there because they're part of a thread or having a conversation. They're not necessarily looking to buy something. So they might not go to that section, whereas if you put it on the wall, group wall like this as a discussion, yeah, I could see it accidentally. So there you see, there's a few posted already. Once I post 10 to 15, I would just go back and have another wee look. I was going to put the watch up. I've seen a watch a few times. I know there's one in the sale, but let's see if there's a nice one in the gifts. And my computer has decided to freeze. But basically that's how I do it. You just go through the products, select a few products. I will admit, when I first started to do this, it was a bit of a peck, and it seemed to take me ages, but you do get quicker. You do get, I just scroll through the products and watch for things that catch my eye, and because there's so many amazing products, I don't find that too difficult. At the moment I'm looking for the a nice watch. I know there's one here, but I can just, there's the one I was looking for. So check if it's in stock. And what we recommend is you put roughly about 15 at a time and then have a wee break. Well, I don't have a break. There's only 80 in them. I'm going to take a risk and put while stocks last. That might go quickly, but I'll put while stocks last, because if it's brand new catalogue and it's one of the top selling products, you could have 5,000 in there and they could go in a few days. I generally look to have, between 50 and 100, but because it's a new catalogue, and I'm not sure if this is from the new catalogue, 80 is a low amount. But if it's a long running product, 80 is fine, if that makes sense. If we go back here, but what we say, we recommend that you post 10 to 15, have a break, and then go back and post another 10 to 15. And the reason for that is the Facebook policing system. They don't want you to do free advertising, so if you do a lot of activity all at once, it can flag up as suspicious. So instead of doing 10 to 15 and having a break, do 10 to 15 and then go and pick your other product, like I'm doing just now, and get it framed and get it ready to go on your group. And that effectively is having a wee break. I'll stick to the blue for my manly theme. Make that a wee bit wider. It's so quick and easy. Replace it, yes, replace it. Let's see what Rose Cartman. I might copy some of the text there. Oops, we want to put it in One Man Max online shop first. Now I've just 8 minutes ago posted that last product. I'm not very good with words. I'm not so good at this. Men's roller's only £20. Let's just leave it at that. If you're not too good with words, don't worry about it. As I said, neither am I. And to be fair, my daughter looked after my group for a few weeks for me. And she actually does what's called search engine optimization for a living, and copyright, and she's done advertising, Facebook advertising in her last job, and basically, for want of a better word, it was just too clever, too fancy. The products all had fancy borders, her writing was amazing, but I didn't sell as many products, so maybe just keeping it simple is a better idea. So, whoops, what are you doing there? We've duplicated the text, but I'll just make sure I've copied it, because the last time I forgot to copy it. And then I would start where I finished off, which I've took a note of, which was, where we go, items for sale. We didn't get, Livy, that was it. I'm missing out the Edinburgh one for now. That shouldn't really be on my favourites. And then I would just basically start again. And buy and sell. Now hang on a wee minute. You can see that one's been sent to admin for approval. Keep an eye on that one, because if they're not posting my adverts, then there isn't any point in continuing to advertise. And then what I would do is keep going till I get to the bottom of there, which is 40, and then I'd open up my Word document and do my 50 to 60. I'd start next by going into Edinburgh and places that are just on the outskirts, because psychologically from Edinburgh I get loads of sales as well, because a lot of people work in West Lothian. One woman, Gina, she gets me to deliver it to her daughter in Mid-Calder, so you get sales from other places.
Hi, hopefully that was helpful to you retailing with your free books. Because it says some people join just to put the catalogues out, and some people join just to do online, but most people join to do both. So what happens when you're retailing is every time you process an order of £150, you can choose to receive 50 free catalogue packs or 20 free distributor leads. Now, it's entirely up to yourself. Most people with inexperience choose the catalogues because they don't have the experience to do the leads. However, your person who introduced you will help you to deal with these leads if you prefer to take the leads. But you can double up on your income if you take the catalogues. If you choose the free books, there are a couple of things that you can do with them. You can hand them out to friends and family and collect them in 2 days. Now, the K-Life catalogue works amazingly for this, and there's some really huge income and turnover stories, like people giving orders of £200 in one go. Or you can hand out in your local area on a 5-week cycle and develop a customer base in your local area. And that's going to be covered with Jane's training next Wednesday. So hopefully that's been beneficial to let you know how to help to get your new team off to a fast start, just the basics of the business.